It's already the afternoon and I decided to get dinner started a little bit earlier today. So early this morning when I couldn't sleep, I was watching episodes of Gordon Ramsay. A few episodes of, I think, The Kitchen's Worst Nightmares, and a few of his episodes where he was cooking with his children. One of the episodes that I did watch was him making pork chops. And because I had planned to make pork chops today, I decided to go and just see what he can teach me as in preparation and not making it so dry. What he used was bell peppers and onions and some sugar, and he caramelized it in the pot. So I'm going to be doing that separately. But he also showed me that I can cut the meats like little micro cuts on the side of the meat so it doesn't fold. I personally make one big cut in the middle of the meat, but he showed me how to make small cuts on the side of the meats. Of course, being Gordon Ramsay, he did it in a very fancier way. He took a knife and just made little cuts at the side here. He had skin on his pork chop. I just took plain old scissors and just cut the edges here. They're not so fancy, but they will do the trick. And usually I cut like right in the middle over here, and it goes into the lean meat, which is not so pretty, but it does prevent it from curling up. To season my pork chops, I usually use adobo seasoning, cayenne pepper, or paprika. And then today I decided to use Italian seasoning. I like to use thyme, but because I have a big bottle of Italian seasoning, I decided I'm going to go ahead and start using this up. I have another tray of pork chops because we have 7 people in our family and some of us eat more than one. I'm probably going to bring one piece to work with me later on tonight. To somewhat recreate what Gordon Ramsay did, he took a knife, a very sharp knife, and he kind of just jammed it at the edge there. My pork chop is a little bit too soft for that, even too soft for me to just slice it. I'm going to go about my old way and just take the scissors and just cut the side. I'm just going to take a few and just cut it like this. I've always had a problem with the meat curling up, and when I see the meat curling up, I end up just cutting it at that time. But lately I've been cutting it beforehand, and then when I saw his idea with the little cuts on the side, oh, I'm like, that's a pretty good idea. Let's see how this is gonna work out. And it's just enough where if it were to curl, it won't curl so badly. Because the point of this is you want the pork chop to cook evenly, and I don't want to fry it and make a mess. I'm going to put this into my oven at 400 degrees. So I'm just going to give it a cut here. I already rinsed it off, drained the water. This has been seasoning for about maybe, I would say 20 minutes now. I do like this pan fried in butter, but I don't have the time, and I'd rather not make a big mess before I go to work. I'll be cooking with what I have, and I have the onions. I don't have bell pepper. I have sweet potatoes that I just started peeling, and I decided I'll cook this with the onion. And then I have a half a head of cabbage in the refrigerator, so I'll be cooking that separately with some butter. I have my pan nice and hot, and I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. I did add a little bit of oil just because I don't want my butter to burn. I'm going to turn this back on. It was too hot. And then I'm going to add my onions that I already sliced. Okay. So I'm going to caramelize the onions. I'm going to cook it nice and slow. I already have my onions and sweet potato cooking. Now I'm going to be putting the pork chops in the oven. I don't like to put 2 trays of pork chops because the top rack tends to get like the water just leaks out from the meat faster, and so I like it more of a fried look than than like a liquidy look to the pork chops. So I'm gonna do one at a time. The potatoes are all done cooking. I'm gonna add the cabbage now to the pan. And my butter's already getting a little brown. So just gonna pour this in here. I'm not gonna put any salt or anything, just like that. Actually, you know what? Let me put a little bit of water. I don't want it to burn. Okay. The potatoes all done. I was gonna add a little bit of sugar in it, and actually it tastes nice and sweet from the sweet potato, and then the onions caramelized with the onion sweet potato. So it came out pretty good. I'm gonna flip the pork chops now. It shouldn't take too much longer. Actually, I think it's even cooked. It feels like it's already done. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take it out now. When I bake my pork chops, it doesn't get that brown caramelization unless I overcook it, and I don't want to overcook it. So I'm gonna leave it like that. It looks pretty good. It has some color, it's moist, and there's still some juices on the pan. So this one's done. And so the next one is gonna be cooked. I'm gonna leave it in there for 20 minutes and then see if I need to flip it over. I don't wanna get these cooked pork chops dry, so I'm gonna cover them with a foil while the second batch cooks. I'm going to add a little seasoning to my cabbage, which is pretty much done. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, just a little bit of salt because the butter has salt in it, and a touch of chili powder. And then give that a mix. The cabbage is already very soft, so I just want to mix the seasoning and then take it off the pan. This cabbage is so flavorful. I'm going to be doing this more often with cooking with what I have instead of my old recipes. Okay guys, here you go. It's all plated up. I have the cabbage on the bottom, pork chop on the top, and then the caramelized onions and sweet potato on top. You want to try it?
Yeah.
It's not too hard. We're just using the wrong knife. We have a butter knife.
Yeah.
I've never made this before, right? Not this way. How about the sweet potato? Give that a try.
Sweet potato is good.
I guess that's a thumbs up because she's eating pretty quickly. Second tray is all done, and it took less than 20 minutes under 425 degrees. It actually only took 17 minutes for this second tray of pork chop. So dinner is a success. I can't wait for my husband to come home and try the food. I'm going to call my kids now who are here and have dinner a little bit early. And my daughter said that the pork chop tastes really good with the cabbage because it has a little sweetness to it. So that came out just right, and this is going to be another family favorite. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. The food came out delicious. You should try this recipe. It's very easy and your family will love it. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.